Okay, close it up, put it in your pocket. Obviously.
Oop.
Yeah.
All right, we
Commission meeting for March 23rd, 2023. We operate under the Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, the Wetlands Protection Act, and Chapter 26 of the Town of Danvers General Bylaws, the Wetlands Protection Bylaw. After each applicant presents his or her request and the board has had time to ask questions and discuss the project, we will accept questions from the audience. Because this is a public meeting, it is required by law that you give your name and address before you speak. Although we may disagree on the issues raised, all persons present during this meeting are expected to be civil to all other meeting attendees. This includes members of the commission, staff, abutters, concerned citizens, property owners, and project applicants. We also request that you confine your questions to the project and only as it pertains to the Wetlands Act. We cannot handle, nor do we have jurisdiction over issues such as traffic or noise. All problems not related to the Wetlands Protection Act must be taken up with the other appropriate town boards. Moving forward, the next order of business will be the roll call. Peter Wilson is present. Vanessa Curran.
Present.
Ann McGill.
Present.
Michael Splain.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The first order on our agenda is a request for a certificate of compliance, 59 Riverview Avenue, DEP file number 14-1365. And the applicant is Michael DePlatzi. And
Hi, my name is Michael Page from Griffin Engineering. I'm on behalf of Michael. Discuss the certificate of compliance for 59 Riverview. The project was built in substantial compliance with the approved plans with some deviations. One deviation is that the driveway, the elevated deck, and the garage were constructed on the east side of the building rather than the west side of the building. This actually is better for the driveway because the driveway is actually further away from the wetland resource area, and now it's outside the 100-foot buffer zone. Previously, it was down here. It was actually encroaching into the 100-foot buffer zone. The driveway is also constructed out of concrete pavers rather than bituminous concrete that was proposed. This was decided when going through the stormwater permit process with the civil engineering department. Let's see, also the elevated deck is also slightly further from the wetland resource area, being constructed on this side, approximately about 6 feet, but nothing crazy. The other deviation is that a concrete patio was constructed at the base of the stairs from the elevated deck. This wasn't originally on the approved plans, but is located approximately 72 feet away from the wetland resource area, outside the no-build zone and the no-disturb zone. The last deviation noted was downspouts on the west side of the building are connected to a 6-inch roof leaders that's discharged to a riprap apron. This is to ensure that no stormwater runoff was to go onto the neighbor's property, the Clark's residence. That's about it. There are three no disturb markers were installed at the edge of lawn with the required plaques. The site is stable, and the wetlands appear to be protected during the construction phase. Any questions?
thanks. First one, the patio that was added, that just wasn't proposed at all?
Correct, yeah. We didn't notice that until we went out there and did our as-built.
And what's the surface on that?
Pavers,
So it's pervious?
yes.
Okay, and that's somewhat within the 100-foot?
It is in the 100-foot, yeah. It's approximately 72 feet from the wetland
Okay.
resource area.
Why did you move the driveway?
We didn't know they moved the driveway. They must have, I think, my assumption is that there was a cobblestone curbing that was supposed to be proposed on one side of the driveway to make sure that the water didn't go onto the neighbor's property. Other projects we also proposed it, but we heard it was an expensive item, and I'm not quite sure. Maybe they thought the layout of the building looked better flipped, but they flipped it. We didn't realize the flip until engineering department sent us. They had notification because they removed some of the erosion control a little early because they installed sod and everything, so the site was stable and they thought they could remove the erosion control. But engineering asked them to put it back, so they reinstalled the erosion control. But quite honestly, I'm not sure why they.
That was Danvers Engineering that asked them to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good, thanks.
Mr. Chairman, can I just elaborate on that as well? Aside this project specifically, but a number that we've been seeing, this is a perfect example of the new stormwater bylaw being in effect. This project normally would not be captured for stormwater review or requirements like the sump and the gutters. I mean, the homeowners would do it as much as they want to and as much as their engineers recommend, but it previously hasn't been a requirement. Under the Wetlands Protection Act, it's not a requirement because it's a single-family home. But now, Steve King and his department does have the stormwater management permit, which Mike and his clients had to go through a number of processes to apply and then close it out. And their engineers work closely with our field technician, Brian. So in some of our memos, you'll see an inspection form, and that's being filled out by Brian. So when the erosion control's down, it's either Brian's side told engineering, engineering's telling us, and vice versa. So just to just add a little info for the board's knowledge.
Is there a certain trigger for the stormwater management to kick in?
Yes.
And what is that?
For this one in particular, I believe it was reconstruction of 50% or more of the dwelling. So if you demolish a structure and rebuild it entirely, or if you're within a flood zone,
It was the flood zone.
it was the flood zone.
Flood
Yeah.
zone here. Okay.
Or a new construction too? I
Or
would
new
imagine?
construction, and then it's size too. For commercial, it's 20,000 square feet or more. And it's just like a minor permit with a Concom and a major permit. There's triggers and thresholds.
Okay. All right, thanks. Mike, you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Vanessa, any questions?
I just have one for staff. So did you go on site, George, or did somebody from the town go on site?
Both.
Okay,
So I went on site, but this one has been on our docket for a bit, so I didn't go in the past week, but I did go, I want to say 3 weeks ago.
okay. And you were satisfied?
Yes, yeah.
Ann, any questions?
No, I'm fine.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance. Is that what you were looking for? Oh, no, wait,
Yes,
do we need to
yes.
do public comment?
no, because it's a certificate of
Okay,
compliance.
great. All right, I'll make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 59 Riverview Ave, TEP file number 14-1365.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Second is a request for certificate of compliance for 6 Twin Echo Lane, DEP file number 14-1348. The applicants are Mary and Michael Iapika. Are you here to represent them as well?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Similar to 59 Riverview, I'll just wait till she brings up the plan so you guys can see it. There you go. The project was constructed in substantial compliance with the approved plans. Noted deviations were that we proposed a more boxier dwelling. It was more conceptual at that time, and then when they came down to architectural design and everything, it actually elongated and actually decreased in size by about 500 square feet. They also did install or construct a enclosed porch located on the northwest side. It was proposed around this area. They didn't construct that portion. That was also approximately 225 square feet. The deck was slightly different access way to the lower lawn. We proposed a stairway on the northeast side of the deck, providing access from the elevated deck down to the lower lawn area. But instead, they built more of like a wooden landing from the deck to the walkway next to the garage. And this only required 3 steps, but the previous stairway required about 20 steps or so. And the last real deviation was that they constructed a retaining wall with the steps provide access to the lower level of the lower lawn area. But other than that, they were pretty much in compliance. They installed 9 no disturb markers, spaced approximately no more than 35 feet apart, with the required placards. And this project was actually before the 50-foot no-build zone and the 35-foot no disturb zone. It was a 25 at that time, I think 35. Any questions?
When was that order of conditions issued?
I believe that was-
August 2020.
Yeah.
It's within the 3 years, too. Okay, and where are the, are those the 25, 35, and 100 lines?
100, 50, 35, 25.
Georgia, you've been out there to just,
I've been out there many times, yeah.
you know, the one deviation you mentioned was the stairs close to the garage. Could you just
Yeah.
show us that on
So
the
we
drawing?
proposed a set of stairs on this side here, so there was a set of stairs that came down, turn, another set of stairs down to the lower back area. Instead of putting those stairs there, they just sort of squared it off and they provided a platform along here with enclosed porch walks and just provided three steps down to the walkway that passes the.
So they stayed out of our restrictive zones and they,
Yeah, I mean, I think that the steps weren't past the house. I think they were still within the front of the building, but so they just, instead of putting the steps here, they just sort of made it.
yeah, but they're still disturbing the, yeah. Okay, good. All right, thanks. Mike, you have any questions?
Just the footprint stayed relatively the same, it was just the steps that were moved?
For the deck?
Yeah.
Yes, the deck, the constructed deck and the proposed deck were about approximately the same.
No.
Vanessa, any questions?
No.
Ann, any questions?
No, thank you.
And we can open it up, I guess, to the public for one instance, because someone was
Sure.
concerned enough to come out to the meeting. And no questions? Okay, I see no reason to say no here, so if someone can make a motion, we'll grant them a certificate of compliance.
I'll make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 6 Twinicle Lane, DEP file number 14-1348.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good, all set.
Thank you.
Old and new business, we've got 4 sets of minutes that Emily's catching up on for us, and doing a good job. So I think we can vote on 4 of those in unison, as
Yep.
long as everyone's comfortable with what they see there and there's no edits suggested? No? Okay. Motion, we will approve.
Motion that we approve the minutes of December 8th, 2022, January 12th, 2023, January 26th, 2023, and February 9th, 2023.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, is there any other old and new business that we need to?
No, that is all. Got nothing.
Some kind of record.
No, we
I
just,
feel like we say that.
motion's been made to adjourn, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned.
7:15 on the.